6 months on after chemotherapy. What's it like? Hi everyone, my name is Alicia Louise Willington. I'm a 34-year-old mum of a 23-month-old. And last year, at the age of 33, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma. I completed 8 rounds of chemotherapy and it was ABVD. And I finished that chemotherapy 6 months ago now. So now I'm sort of figuring out life after cancer, life after chemo, and the next steps. And to be honest, I'm actually finding this part to be the hardest part so far. I found that a lot of the parts after chemo and after the actual, even after being in remission and then trying to go back to normal life, that's been really hard for me. And I think it's a part that no one really talks about. I talked about this 6 weeks after chemo, but 6 months down the track, it hasn't gotten any easier. I am still struggling with my identity and the impact chemotherapy has had on my body. And so I just don't feel like the old me. And I don't think I ever really will because I'm a new me. Some days I feel okay with having short hair and I do get a lot of compliments and people say it suits me, but I'm such a girly girl. And to me, I just never thought I would look this way. I have been chatting a bit to ChatGPT and getting recommendations about what I should talk about in these videos. And it usually says you ramble on too much, it's too much of a video diary, and you should be more specific. But to me, that's not authentic. So in this instance, I'm going to disagree with the artificial intelligence and just use this as a video diary because I want to document my journey. I want to say it in a way that's authentic to me. I don't want to be the one with the M dashes and the visible artificial intelligence that has, shaped the content. I just want to be me and show up as me. Although I do think there's some really good uses for artificial intelligence. So this last couple of weeks, I've had some really good opportunities. I got to see my cousins who are down from Brisbane and their 3 kids. So 2 cousins each with their partner, 1 cousin with 2 kids and 1 cousin with 1 kid. And it was just so nice to spend time together and see the little ones growing up. Unfortunately, my daughter was sick, so she couldn't come along, but I'm really looking forward to the next time that we'll be able to catch up all together again, and all of the 4 little ones will get to be together. My sister's been helping me a lot over this time, and so have my in-laws and my parents, and that's been a really big help. My daughter just absolutely loves them. She always asks for them. And so that's really exciting. I think she's just waking up in the back, but we'll see how we go with recording. And then over the last week for work, I got to host an event at Parliament House for the program I'm working on, raising awareness of the IT program that we're implementing. And as part of that, we had a stall inside Parliament House, and we were actually next to Canberra Reptile Zoo. So they had crocodiles. So I was handing out flyers and talking about the program I'm working on, and there was a crocodile next to me. The unexpected things, right? I also had the opportunity to be on the local Win News as part of World Cancer Day on the 4th of February. And so I got to share my experience. I went back to the Canberra hospital and I met some really good people at the hospital. I met the CEO of the Cancer Council ACT. I met a key executive from the Canberra Hospital Foundation and the new CEO of Rise Above. And Rise Above was a charity that really supported me when I had to stop working. And so I really think they're great and I want to give back there. What else did I get to do this week? Lots of exciting things. It was just a yeah, it was a whirlwind of a week. Then my husband had to get an exploratory surgery, and so I had the day off with him. It was nice to support him, but obviously different feelings come up when a loved one is going through a surgery, particularly when they're waiting to see what might be going on. And so that was a little bit triggering to me. No one prepares you for what it'll be like to be in the carer's position and worrying about a loved one. I got to go swimming during the week as well. I used to swim 4 kilometers at a time, but now I could only do, I think, about 1.4 kilometers. But still, that was really good for me, and it was just nice. We ended up with a group of 9 of us at the pool, because there's a group of our friends that go, and then my sister wanted to come, and then my husband, his brother, his sister, and so we had a lot of us, which was lots of fun. I took some notes somewhere about this time, actually, from what ChatGPT did tell me to talk about. So some of the things, I guess, that I'm doing in this time is around learning to begin again, particularly in terms of my body, my energy, and my voice. So my energy is slowly coming back, and I'm back to a baseline of energy. And that's exciting. It's exciting to have enough energy to be able to just get through the day without having to go to bed at 7:30 at night. My body, I feel like I can slowly start building muscle again. I did have a comment from a couple of people recently that I look really strong, and that meant a lot to me. One of the people at swimming, and also my cousin's husband, who's a doctor, asked if I was still on the steroids that support you after chemo, because I was throwing up as in the air, throwing up and down my 3-year-old niece. And so he thought, wow, you're like pretty strong to be able to do that. But I just felt grateful to be able to have a body that can do that. I'm trying to let go of comparison of the old me, but that's really hard. And so I'm just trying to let myself be at the beginning again without rushing past it. I feel like my whole life has been rushing and trying to get to that next level, and that's hard. Work has been busy and momentum has been returning in that space. I've also been tapped on the shoulder for a big opportunity, which is really exciting, and it feels like the opportunities are just growing and growing, whether that's in the corporate sense of the job I've always done in IT and change management, or even advocacy as a patient, or even acting. Like different areas, different opportunities are coming to me, which is really exciting. I think those opportunities make me realize that I'm not stuck on one path, because for a long time I was like, when I applied for this job during chemo, I was like, okay, I've got this opportunity, and I thought of Eminem, like, you've only got one shot, do not miss your chance to blow, this opportunity comes once in a lifetime, you know that song? And I was thinking of that, but then actually a lot of other opportunities are out there, and particularly when I post on LinkedIn and conversations start sparking up again, and I realize that I have a lot of options. And so motherhood, my daughter is turning 2 really soon. I'm holding on to joy and sadness at the same time. I'm so grateful to have her. I'm grateful to be her mum. I love being a mum, but then also I feel a little bit robbed of the time that I was sick and not able to be there for her. And this time last year, it just like a lot of, like, whenever it's an anniversary of a particular time, like when I was in Europe or the Middle East in January 2025, in January 2026, a lot of different feelings came up for me, being like, oh, this is where I was at this time last year. Particularly that I was searching for answers, and I just had so much brain fog and I felt so weak. But now my mind is a lot clearer. My body feels stronger, but I am left with a lot of trauma, to be honest, from the experience, and probably the mental health impacts of cancer are something that I don't think get talked about enough, and I've really, really struggled with. Yeah, just feeling low and what do I do next? My identity has been shifting slowly. So I'm on the board of a particular organization and I love that. We've been having a few coast trips and weekends away. Little glimmers from the universe are coming around Italy with a few people close to me that are planning to move to Italy. So who knows, I might go and visit them for a little bit. And my world is expanding again, but I'm just choosing more carefully what I do. And so, in summary, I'm feeling hopeful, but I'm not back to normal. I am beginning again, and I'm trying to call this year my year of being a work in progress. I'm trying to have gratitude without pressure. And so whether you're 6 months out, 1 month out, or if you're still going through your treatment or supporting a loved one on a cancer journey, it's okay to feel like you're a work in progress or that you're still becoming.